Okay, guys, I think we're good. We're recording it either way. So we're gonna start off with Ataxia. He wanted to give some key insights of the projects to everybody, and then we're gonna end the AMA with some. We're gonna give you guys a sneak peek of the V2, and we're gonna show you what we're gonna change. So right now we know it's a little rough, but it's still in a beta, if we could say that. There's a lot of changes that need to be done, but we just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of the outline of the new website. Hello, everybody.
Okay. All right, guys.
Floor is yours, Ataxia.
Glad to have you all here. It's very exciting to see the growth of the project, and one of the metrics is the attendance of the Zoom calls. So that's certainly increasing. So let's see the chat. All right. So I'm going to share a screen, and I'm going to go through a few key metrics that I'm very interested in. First, we should look at what's the market we're on, and I think we should look at a little bit of tokenized bitcoins in the current market. And the most interesting thing for me is that there are just 124,000 wrapped bitcoins in existence. And as you can see on this list, we are not too far off from like getting into this top 10 list, because PBTC is only 173, which is a lot more than we have right now, but it really seems like an achievable number. Also, it is important to see that the supply of wrapped bitcoins has just made this elbow and started to grow, as you can see by the increase of HBTC, which is a Huboi's wrapped bitcoin, and the fact that WBTC is increasing. Now, this is just coinciding with our relaunch, and this just is very exciting for us to see where this line is going to go, because we expect it to really grow. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I think we can zoom out actually, but like there are 21 million bitcoins, so the line could end up here, like somewhere around here. And as you can see, we are like just a little blip on the road to tokenizing a big amount of Bitcoin. So there's a lot of room to grow here. And there's these hegemony of wrapped Bitcoin, which is like 81% of the whole market right now. And this is going to change. This is definitely going to change, because people want different kinds of wrappers for different kinds of reasons. So I think we do have a really nice opportunity of being featured in this list, mainly because none of these are trustless bridges. So we are like uniquely different from these whole lot. So there's a lot of interesting data here. Now, let's go and check the Strudel Finance activity. And this is also pretty cool. This is about when we started marketing, and this growth has been phenomenal. It's a bit less transfers than back in October, but that's because of gas. But we are now looking at much more strudels being exchanged, a larger amount of people receiving them. So this is very bullish, and we hope that we can. Sure, this looks like
We couldn't hear that last
we
part. I think you're
broke.
getting cut off, Ataxia.
We're about to go on another like.
If you could repeat that for everybody, you got a little bit cut off.
Let me know in the chat. I'll let you know if you guys want to see we're just like $5,000 away from all-time high liquidity right now. We have been very successful at getting more volume. I think today has been our biggest volume day. Nope, but we're getting close. 4 million was our biggest volume day. We're starting to peak again, which is great. We've reached almost 200 ETH. This was 200 yesterday, but it's very promising. As liquidity builds, more farmers join in the pool, the price should and we have built like a nice trend. Look at this. So price action wise, we are about to get back to all-time high, and hopefully we're just gonna pop up from there. All right, now our main product, and this one is a one that we're gonna start working on more on the future, which is our VVTC. We think that it has shown to be a very nice store of value, at least since people are not willing to sell it under the peg, but the volume is lacking a bit. And as we onboard VBTC onto more protocols, I think that we're going to see very nice volume spikes and people joining it that way. However, what's very interesting in this graph is the liquidity, which which just keeps growing and growing, right? It's just growing. We have 123 ETH. We started with almost like $5,000 in there. So it's been it's proven that it's proving that Bitcoin is just a solid store of value, and the economics are there. And as time goes on, the same economics that apply to Bitcoin are going to apply here as it gets more distributed. There's less people who can sell a lot of Bitcoin, and there's a lot less people who can take down the price. So basically, we want to feature it more as a store of value, like the same idea around Bitcoin. And when people realize that it has the same properties, I think that we're going to see a bigger uptake on people using it as a way to store value, at least until it pegs, and then is an excellent arbitrage opportunity. Right now, as we grow more solid too, I think that people are starting to notice that the price action is starting to be more tame, because before people look at this. People used to have more Bitcoins to sell, and these big sellers are people who are just holding like half a Bitcoin or almost an entire Bitcoin going away. And when they get bought up, it's mostly smaller people. So now we're seeing that there's less variation in the price. So that is very good for for our progress. Um, okay, now let's keep moving on onto a bit of what we're working on right now, and we're gonna go to the Strudel webpage right now. Strudel Finance, and we are just I have been talking to the devs and to the front end people about how to make this better. Um, we are mainly focused on being able to tell the Strudel story a bit more, and that's why we have put our content right here. Let's watch this just for.
Bitcoin is all over the news these days. Like many savvy investors, you might already have purchased Bitcoin a long time ago, and you've been faced with one ugly truth. The network is slow. You have to rely on centralized services to trade, and there are no smart contracts on the BTC network. Did you ever imagine a trustless bridge linking Bitcoin and Ethereum? Do you want to know how it works and why it's better than holding your Bitcoin in that old outdated network? If you want to know, stick around for this video to learn more about Strudel Finance. Strudel is the first one way trustless bridge linking Bitcoin and Ethereum. VBTC, the resulting asset, trades off counterparty risk for market risk,
Right.
providing more diversity to the tokenized BTC.
Yeah, Taxia, we can't really hear the video. We can just
Oh, okay. I didn't
yeah, we
know
can
that.
just loop back to
I
it later.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we can just loop back to it later.
Hearing the same thing I was. Okay. So yeah, so we made it a bit of a more informative website, so people can just scroll down and understand what the problem is. Um, and we hope that this is going to help a lot with having people join in the chat with a bit more of information of what's happening, and not having them come and make the community tell them like everything, because it's a bit too much, right? And if they are prepared for the conversation, it's going to be much more productive, and the chat is going to be much better. We're also now on the page. Our ugly faces are here, uh, and we've added some of these disclaimers and stuff. We are also starting to move over to other social medias, and that is something that I think that is going to differentiate us a lot from the rest of the market. Uh, we're starting to have some partnerships on the marketing side, which Javier is going to talk about after this, on what we're doing and what we plan to do on how to approach the market. Um, but yeah, you can see now that we have our TikTok page and our social media here linked. So this is basically just trying to show our design goals for a web page, as it's like providing more information. But we're now going to go into a phase of polish and taking this to a place where it's on the it's just as good or even better than the other products in the market. And I hope that we, with this new uh, graphic design line, we're a bit more edgy and a bit more like maybe more degen. This needs to be updated still. And we're also looking for community contributions on this page specifically. There's a big blank. There's the big blank here. So I would love to have the community find their ideas, the like what we could do here. Maybe make a collage of memes. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of things we can explore in this space, but I would love that this space be a space where the community can uh, give their input. And we also have to go and be better at integrating our governance portal, because it's not linked from here for some reason. That's something I haven't really hadn't really thought until now. But this is, I don't know if you have.
It's gov.strudel.finance for the governance.
Yeah, but these are our roll up. This is the voting roll up. So you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but you guys can bond your strudels here. You can set this is a layer 2 roll up for governance, which uses no gas. So you guys can deposit your strudels into voting and lock them for a period of time. The longer you lock them for, the higher your voting power is. And we just had a developer call with Johan, and we talked about having the the Dodge auction system that we're gonna look at next, because I think you guys haven't seen that either. Um, the Dodge auction system is going to be executed by a governance vote. So whenever governance strudel holders feel like it, they can start an auction of which they are going to profit. So we're going to make it so some of the revenue from that goes directly to governance strudel holders. so we can give it a bit more value that way. Also, I am looking at other projects like Sushi and Badger, which have their bonded tokens, and they are using those as targets for collateral. So we're going to start exploring ways to use bonded strudels to give us a bit more of a value. This would be like, as a currency, this has like a bit different properties than just strudels, since it's not being inflated. I mean, it can just be created by like a deflationary mechanism. Then we can have that as a store of value to say something of strudels, even though we already have the strudel Bitcoin, but we can make the strudel token a store of value by uh, first making it a governance token, bonded, and then giving it profit making opportunities, and then collateralizing it, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that we could do of these and make it so it's going to give a lot more value to strudels, because a lot more people are going to want to bond. So I think that's something very interesting. Now the forum is basically a forum, but we want to be we want this to be the place where we have these like more in-depth discussions. And if you guys feel like we can take a different approach, or like you have a service you can offer to the Strudel community, we are happy to have you here, hear you out, and like see how we can help, because we do have like a nice treasury right now to be able to make some moves and have stuff happen. We already are, but we're ready to hear input on that. All right, so now let's look at the Dodge auction real quick, because that's something that's off of the beaten path right now, because we haven't really promoted it much. But this is Dutch Swap, and this is our Strudel Finance Dodge auction. So what happens here is that this auction is you call an oracle. Oh, you can. Oh, I can claim. I've been buying. I've bought. That's cool. So you call an oracle, and the oracle checks if BBTC is below or above the peg price. So right now we're below the peg. So what these would do is that it would mint strudels, a set amount of strudels that we decide on, and it would buy BBTC using a Dodge auction system. And the way Dodge auction systems work is that people, it goes from high to low, and people bid on the amount they want, and then the lowest bid is paid to is the one that wins. So and everyone gets like an average of it. It's there's you can read more about it on the Medium post. The thing is, Dutch auctions are cool, they work, and Strudel has one. That's a the basics of it. So the point is that if the thing is above the peg, we can liquidate the Strudel Bitcoins it's holding to buy strudels and burn them. So that would induce a deflationary mechanism that would be great for the appraisal of the value of the token. So that's what we want to put on the hands of the governance voters, so they can decide whenever they feel like it's the best moment to activate the auction to do it. It could be either if strudels is like if the Bitcoin is way above the peg, or if it's like way below, it would over a few days introduce like a very strong pegging force. So that's another interesting thing. um, I think that I have maybe run out of interesting things to tell you guys right now. uh, I can answer some questions right now before we move on to more marketing things, if anyone wants to have a say on the chat.
Yeah, guys, feel free to start asking any questions in the chat box. Sweet. Is there any?
They are right now. They are fully active. They are fully active. Um, we just have to call them and activate the a set of transactions. And if we want to put the decision to do that in the hands of the Strudel holders. Right now, we don't have an automated system to do it, but I think we can figure out a way pretty quickly, maybe using governance such as 1 inches, where you just stake on like on a binary option if to activate or not the auction. Ethan, hey Ori, how are you doing? Thanks. Happy for your help. It's been very useful. Uh, Ethan, so yeah, the versatility of the yeah, just asking the question in the box. I'll just so the versatility of the Strudel token lays in that we can make it do a lot of things. So just we're using just right now we're using it as an incentive token, but and as a governance token in a bonded state, right? Then once you do that, you have a two token system that has this like arbitrage between them as people, and it's like a one-way funnel too, because if people bond for a long time, they cannot unbond until their time is up, right? So it's one way. So it's going to keep taking strudels out of circulation, and that means that strudels cannot be sold in a pool, so the price cannot go down. So we're with this, we're helping it be more valuable over time, and then we can make that pair liquid, so you can make another pool for bonded strudels. Now you have two pairs, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things you can compose with that. Shy partnerships. Yeah, we're talking a lot of about partnerships. You're about Polkadot Chainlink. We haven't talked to those guys yet, but we have been talking to the Deflect team, and those guys are going to Matic now. They're gonna move over to Matic. They have an incentive program there, and we are going to be going with them to Matic and be featured in their farm. So you're going to be able to take your VBTC and I think maybe your strudels to Matic and pair them there and trade there for next to no gas. So that's gonna be cool. Then we've also I'm starting to talk with the Meta people. The Meta people are very interested in us. They want to help. They already saw our product, and they reached back, which means they liked it. So um, they said they said that we could maybe be on their feeder pools, which I am not sure what that means, but that's going to be due on March. So we're going to be talking with them over the next few days to see what's their plan for us, and we're going to see how we can introduce Meta into some of our projects too.
NFT product
I
with the team. Yeah, we're seeing if we can pull out a merch store with NFTs, and we're looking into that, especially this week. Our main focus was to first polish V2 website, and then we're gonna move on to other things. But yeah, that's a great idea, Shai.
all strudels are good. I love Bitcoin flavored strudels. All right. So I think that's it for
Yeah.
that's it for the questions for my side. Now I'm gonna let Javier talk a little bit about well, he's part of the project and what
Yeah.
he's been up to.
Yeah, sure. If you could stop sharing so I can share my screen.
Sure.
Sure. So give me 1 second, guys, so I can share my screen. Okay, here it is. So basically, we've been working on multi-vertical marketing. So we're gonna do marketing across all platforms. So we're talking to some Twitter influencers. We're we're gonna do our own explainer video for the bridge that's gonna come out sometime this week, and we're gonna finish polishing this up. So what we wanted to do for the Zoom is pretty much have an outline of what we're gonna have on the website. So as you can see, this animation is pretty rough, but it's gonna be pretty smooth once it's done. We can't see the lower part down here, but this it's basically the Strudel throwing out BBTC and Strudel. Then we're gonna have these links so that you can go directly to Uniswap and buy these tokens. We're gonna fit the video appropriately so that people can come in here either on website or on mobile. That's gonna be definitely a plus. And our goal was that in the V1 of the website, the user experience was people would come to the site and they would not really understand what the project was or the benefits of it. So we really wanted to put an emphasis on putting the pros and really giving that confidence to the investor, that so that they can cross the bridge with full confidence that their bitcoins is safe in the op no return. So what we try to do is explain the problems with Bitcoin, like the network is slow. And by doing that, I think that as DeFi grows, because the thing that people don't understand is that the market for wrapped Bitcoin is so small, and then our market share is going to grow. I think it's going to grow, and it's going to be one of the main wrappers, because looking at it from a Bitcoin owner perspective, I really like, if I had Bitcoin, I would not want to put it into wrap BTC. I would want to put it into a trustless wrapper that I know I'm not gonna get rugged, pretty much. So we've been working on that. Um, we're gonna the new pitch deck is gonna be updated here. Johan, who's the dev right now, he's currently working on fixing the Twitter. I saw that on the chat that we need to fix that, definitely. So once the Etherscan Twitter is fixed, then Dex tools can proceed and fix it on their end. Then here's the team. Emilio is helping me with everything PR related and marketing related, and just the legal disclaimer. Now, moving on to the marketing plan, we have we have two pieces of content that we're rolling out on TikTok and Instagram Reels. That is going to be for more of a mainstream demographic of all these like Robinhood traders that are trying to understand DeFi and want to come into onto this ecosystem. So that's one avenue. Then Wendy O is going to help us out on TikTok as well, and we're looking into partnerships with AAA crypto influencers. I don't want to do any speculation. That's why I don't really say anything until it's written and it's locked. But what I can say is that we're working 24/7 to get the best people in the crypto community and to get the message out there. And I think we're gonna have a good couple of weeks in the marketing side. We also have either today or tomorrow some major publications are gonna feature us. I don't want to say anything until they're published, but there's some pretty big traditional media that's gonna cover us. And on Twitter, we got that covered, and we're expecting to do some other AMAs with other communities on the coming weeks. And yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions related to marketing right now. And just to do an emphasis, ETA on Wendy first. I want the V2 site to be completely ready. So this is not the finished version. I want this to be finished so that when people come to the new website, it's obviously not as rough on the edges as it is right now. So I would say the ETA on Wendy is as soon as the V2 is fully complete, we hope later today. So during the day, we can push the Wendy TikTok. Can you focus on marketing sound effect BPC? Yeah, can you focus on marketing the fact that BPC can you contact with Badger? Yeah, those two questions I'm gonna hand over to Ataxia. I don't know if he's around, but yeah, I really don't want to speculate on anything until everything is written in stone. But we've been in conversations with multiple projects with partnerships, but I really do not want to speculate at this point in the project. I think it would be a bad decision. I would say that what I would say is that we're working 24/7 and we are talking to some really big market cap projects, and we hope to have some good news regarding partnerships. I would say midweek, but we're still in conversations with them. Say, Shay was asking if there's a Yeah, so regarding marketing to China, there's definitely no, I have no problem with doing that. It's just that this week we've been focused on finishing up that explainer video, finishing up all the design work, V2 work, and just in meetings all day with partnerships. But yeah, it's on the books. It's definitely on the books, and I got in contact yesterday with a couple of big PR people that I'm sure have big crypto people in China. Yeah, that's definitely an avenue we're gonna pursue. Yep, sounds good. I gotta say, I'm definitely happy to see that we got a lot more people here than in the first Zoom. I don't know if any of you guys were here, but I'm really excited to see what we can do, and I really think that by giving this alternative a trustless alternative, the market is going to see the value in it, and soon enough we're going to start seeing that in the price action. Is there any other questions you guys might have regarding marketing specifically? Oh, and don't forget, I'm gonna put my email in the chat box so that you guys can send me any ideas you might have for the Terra Farms page. Just feel free to send me an email. I'll check them out. Or you can submit them to the forum at I'll put the forum. Wendy, yeah, hopefully today, later throughout the day. We're waiting on V2 to be completely finished. This is not the finished version. This is just like a sneak peek. This is not nearly as close as how it's gonna look. We just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek for the AMA for the community. But as soon as the V2 is completely finished, we're gonna start. Not only Wendy, we're gonna pull the green light on major publications like 14 mainstream publications that we're holding off until V2 is ready, so that when all these like new like mainstream traffic starts flowing into the website, that it's a clean looking website and not rough around the edges. So yeah, so it might be today, it might be tomorrow. But what I will say is we're just waiting for the V2 to be completely ready to be 10 out of 10 so we can start with marketing. And also, we're recording this, so we're gonna upload this to YouTube later today, so that people that didn't get a chance to be in the Zoom call can definitely go back there and review what we talked about. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. We really had some really good insights from Ataxia that I think are really important. That just by being on Zoom, it allows for that type of forum. Yep. Thank you guys. If that's everything, thank you guys for being a part of the project. And yeah, I think the next stop is the moon. Thanks, guys. We'll be talking soon. Yep. Bye bye.